Hello, hello, hello. Just giving it a quick second here so that we can allow technology to catch up with us. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I see there are a few people joining us live. Miss Nancy, I see you. How are you, my darling? I'm going to give you a wave because it looks like you gave me a wave. Oh, it's great to see you here. So we're live on Instagram and on Facebook. You'll have to forgive me. My voice is a little bit hoarse today, but I'm here because I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you. So myself and my team, we decided that we were going to take a little bit of a collective pause over the last week and really reflect on. There was just something that was feeling kind of off and feeling like we weren't really clicking in some way. And by that, I mean, we were all just feeling really overextended. We were all just feeling like a little bit overwhelmed by, all of the tasks we'd put on our to-do lists. And what we came to was that we needed to just take a few minutes and pause and reflect on what it was that was making us feel this way. And certainly there was a realization that maybe we had taken on too much and we needed to kind of, hold and breathe on some of those things. But the bigger realization was really about the need for play. So I don't know about you guys, but we have had so much fun in the last week, giving ourselves a little bit more permission and time to play. And so I want to just kind of talk to you a little bit about how when you give yourself permission to play, how that can reignite that sense of creativity. And I want to hear from you guys who are either on the video with me live or are watching the replay. So, the energy of play is connected to that second chakra, creativity. And if we want to unlock our creativity and begin to look at ways that we could innovate or bring in fresh ideas, we really do have to give ourselves time to tap into that imaginative, childlike sense of play. And so my invitation to you and my question for you is, what does play look like for you? We all have different play personalities and ways in which we tap into that sort of childlike sense of wonder and losing of time, right? So, like when you were a kid and you were really immersed in some wonderfully imaginative thing, you really lost all sense of time. And when we are in that energy, we can, let's see, I lost the video there for a second. And we're back. Okay, when we're in that energy of play, we are unlocking our ability to be creative. So I'm just going to ask you guys, what does play look like for you? And how can you begin to bring a little bit more play into your day-to-day life? So as you mull over that question, I'm just going to share with you guys a little bit about how we're shifting formats here for the Facebook Live. So as you know, we've been going live Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for a few weeks on these Facebook Lives, and that's been wonderful, and it's been great. And we're shifting formats to make this time a little bit more interactive and an opportunity for us to communicate with one another and for me to provide you with some real-time coaching. And even if you can't make it to the live videos, you can submit something to me that maybe you want a little bit of coaching around, or maybe that's something that you've just been kind of mulling over and want a different perspective on. So throughout the week, you're welcome to send me either a Facebook Messenger or PM me on Instagram with whatever I might be able to support you with. And then on Fridays, we'll hop on the live video like we are now. I will offer up a little nugget of inspiration. What's up, Miro? I see you. A little nugget of inspiration or something that I've been present to either in my company with my team, or that I've been going through with my clients. And we can rap about what's going on with you for a little while. So I did have a few people submit some questions. So I just kind of want to see what we've got going on here. Okay, so these are good. I got someone asking me, who is it that I coach? Many of you know me in this community, and I'm certainly open to coaching a variety of people. But I find that the community that I can serve best is women who are really experiencing a sense of how shall I say? Well, they're just killing it at work, right? So they've got the career piece really figured out, or they're transitioning in that career, but they're experiencing a little bit of burnout. They're experiencing that sense of overwhelm and being overextended. A lot of my clients come to me because they are just feeling like they have tried everything. And they don't really know how to bring that sense of balance and harmony back into their lives. And they're kind of waking up to that because some really big thing has happened in their lives. They've experienced some massive crisis, whether they're going through a divorce or they've lost a loved one, or there's been a huge transition in their job. As is the case for a lot of people right now, crisis is showing up in a lot of different ways, but it's almost like the crisis wakes them up and then they realize that it's time to do things differently and it's time to bring back that sense of harmony, to know their own resilience. And so that's really what a lot of my clients come to me for, is they're burnt out. They don't really know who they are anymore because they've lost themselves either in their career or that thing that's just come to an end, and they've been so overly identified with that when that thing goes away or transitions, they don't know how to be in the world because they've lost sense of who they are. So that's really the majority of the population that I serve. But of course, I have other clients who also want to experience that sense of their own inner resilience, and level up and take their businesses to the next level, or take their relationships to the next level, or they're really ready to cultivate a sense of resilience with their health and well-being. So I hope that answers that question. And then, what is it like to work with me? Well, I would, say that it's probably unlike any experience that you've had inside of a therapeutic relationship or coaching relationship. A lot of my clients will say that I am like a very loving but velvet hammer, and by that I mean, I challenge you. I push you to grow. I push you beyond your comfort zone because I want you to live your absolute best life. I want you to live the life that I know you can live. And a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they don't even they can't even see this bigger vision for themselves of what's possible for them. And so I hold that vision for them, and then we work to release what's blocking them from realizing that vision. We let go of all of that baggage and all of the ways in which they have been getting in their own way. We definitely connect up to, a spiritual practice and bring in all of the elements of the pillars of resilience so that they can begin to really thrive and live a life that is unlike anything they might have even been able to imagine. So I hope that answers that question. And then who is the Facebook group and what happens in there? So Radical Resilience, the Facebook group, is a beautiful community of like-minded individuals who are there to support one another. And, we provide resources inside of that group. We bring in some really awesome experts, to share with you their genius. And it's just a way to be inside of a community where you can feel really held and feel really safe and receive a lot of guidance, not just from me, but from the members of that group, especially if you're going through a difficult time and you need that extra level of support. All right. And then lastly, we've got somebody who is thinking about leaving her job of 15 years and working with her husband. And she's feeling a little bit torn about doing that. Yep, I fear that I'll lose my respect and maybe even connection professionally if I no longer have the fancy title. What should I do? Am I being too shallow? Listen, it's perfectly normal for you to have reservations, about shifting your life and everything that you know. So first of all, I just want to acknowledge you for even recognizing that you have a desire for something more in your life, and considering it. And when it comes to making big transitions like that, it's not about being shallow. It's about recognizing it's just human that you have this fear, of making a big shift. And what I would encourage you to do is, to really fortify yourself. And my invitation to you, if we were working together, would be to really look at what's preventing you from believing that you could step into this other thing that you're really being called to do. But having a hard time doing because you're so used to things being as they are. The other question I would ask you is, are you really experiencing the life that you want to have in this job of 15 years? If you are, I mean, you can certainly, stay there and look at ways to incorporate this next chapter of your life seamlessly. But if you're like, no, I haven't been satisfied in this position, I've just been doing it because it's what I'm used to, and I'm really ready to move on, then I would say it's time to let go of the baggage that's preventing you from taking that really powerful step into becoming who you're meant to be in this world. So it would be time to really let go of those limiting beliefs. It would be time to look at, why don't you believe that you can have everything that you want to have? So I would do some exploration around that. So I hope that that helps. And certainly I'm here to support you, and guide you through that process if you want additional support around that. So, all right, that answers a few of the questions that were submitted. And with that, I just really want to, again, bring us back to the theme of play, which was, what I want to leave you with for this week, especially as we're moving into the weekend. So I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment if you're watching the Facebook Live or if you're watching on Instagram. What does play look like for you? How can you bring that element of play into your life in a bigger way, in a more deliberate and intentional way? And give yourself permission to do that, because I think we can get so wrapped up in our, to-do lists. And of course, we all have responsibilities. And as we're at home, it can feel almost like it's really difficult to bring in a sense of play. But I invite you to get creative. And if you're at home with your kids, I'm sure they would invite this and welcome it, to just take some time away from the grind, step away from the computer, and bring in those ways that you can play and tap into that second chakra creative energy. So with that, I wish you so much love, light, and aloha, friends. I am here for you. Again, remember to submit any questions that you have throughout the week, and we'll be back with you next Friday. With so much love and light and aloha. Namaste. Let's see if here I can end this video. All right.